A lot of you been watching the news. It's very, very close. So it's interesting that when you meditate on it, some of you are going to be thrilled, some of you are not going to be thrilled. Depends on which side you're on. And it reminds me of what my teacher said many years ago. He said, everything is subject to change. There are things that are within your control, there are things beyond your control. So before we meditate, just a short lesson on what the Lord Buddha taught many, many years ago, which are the Four Noble Truths. And I know you heard this so many times, you're going to hear it again. In fact, the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, these are always taught every single year. Every year, the Lord Buddha said 2,500 years ago, give the teachings again. So we're going to do it again in a few months in May for the Wesak Festival. But just to kind of put things in proper context of what's going on, the Lord Buddha said there is suffering in life. That's number one. Number two, what are the causes of this suffering? And number three, this suffering can end. And number four is how to end it. So the layman term, layman way of understanding is suffering is the ailment. What are causes of this ailment? This ailment can be cured and how to cure it. Now I'm sharing this with you not because of you will have suffering, but to look at it from the viewpoint like, whether you like it or not, there are things beyond our control. Yes? And so it's not because everything is suffering, like the mistranslation, because if everything is suffering, then you're screwed. Why bother learning what the cause of it is and why bother curing it? You're dead, right? So the way my teacher explained it is like, look, whatever it is that's happening, politically, in your family, in your health, your relationship, whatever it is, everything is subject to change. And so the second noble truth says, what are the causes of this possible suffering? One, just the law of change. Whether you like it or not, what do you think is good could change. What do you think is bad could also change. Make sense? And that's because there's the law of cycles. Things go up, things go down. Go up, go down. Nations rise, nations fall. Parties go up, parties go down. Yes? And there's also what is called the law of karma, which is the law of consequence. People make choices. It's funny that I was sharing with my colleagues here a few minutes ago. They said, so what do you think? What do you think? Did you scan who's going to win? And I just decided to go on the internet and you remember the Avengers when, what's his name? Doctor Strange, the sorcerer, he told Tony Stark, Iron Man says, if I tell you, it won't happen. And it's interesting, it's because of free will. I know, you guys always have two sides of it. People says, oh yeah, there's free will. And the other side says, no, everything's already planned. Actually, both are true. At the same time, we go, oh, mind blown. Some of you who've studied quantum physics, quantum mechanics, Schrodinger's, this smart dude, Schrodinger's cat is saying that, in this box, this cat, until you open the box, you don't know if the cat's dead or the cat's alive. Both exist simultaneously. And it's interesting that it's the same thing here. In the quantum universe, both parties have won, both parties have lost. It's just a matter of what they call quantum entanglement. When one happens simultaneously, the other one happens. Okay? Anyway, I know you guys are geniuses. You probably know this more than I do. My point. People make choices. And because of choices that we make, it's going to have consequences. Right? So, at this point in time, people already made choices. And people continue to make choices, both physically and emotionally and mentally and also energetically. So you just basically have to say, let's see what happens. Make sense? And the most important part of this lesson I want to share with you that has really helped me a lot, and I hope this can help you too, not just for this election, whatever else, because somebody in the rest of the world, you can say, who would care? Who cares? You have your own issues in your country, right? And it's this. The main cause of suffering is the unrealistic expectation that things will always be the same. Good times will always be good, or bad times will always be bad. And that is one of the main causes of suffering. The way my teacher explained it is like, if you look at a beautiful flower, and this is actually one of the lessons taught by, I think it was the Buddha or one of the great teachers. Look at the flower. What do you think? Oh, it's beautiful, it smells good, opens my heart, all the nice stuff about it. But that flower will fade. Make sense? So you enjoy it while you can, but knowing that nothing is permanent. And if you look at it that way, you go, yeah, my party's doing great. But you know that party's not going to be that great forever. The opposite is also true. When something's not doing well in your life, that's not permanent either. That too will change. And so the key, and I want you to write this down, tattoo it to your brain or whatever, the key is to be the observer. You've heard me say this 1,000 times. Be the observer. Observe that nations rise, nations fall. Things go my way, the way I like it, or not the way I like it. The key is to just observe that as I make choices, plus the law of cycles, law of change, things will always be phenomena outside of the eye. And if you look at it that way, you go, yeah, I want to go this way. It didn't. Oh, it went my way. Great. You just observe. And from there, you move on with your life. Otherwise, I've seen people who are, not just in this country, other countries, where they so focus on one political party or political concept. When it didn't go their way, that's it. For the rest of their life, they're depressed. They're not motivated to do anything because of that one thing, because that defined them. When in reality, everything is happening outside of the eye. You get to observe, you get to make choices, and when we make choices, there are consequences. Some of the choices we make came out the way we wanted. Some choices we make didn't come out the way we wanted. The secret to happiness is the ability to move on. And so I was looking at this last night, I go, yeah, I want this, I don't want it. And then you're going back and forth, and I thought about, wait, step back. Step back. This is the human drama. This is our earthly life. Look at it. It's great. It's not great. It's affecting me positively, affecting me negatively. Regardless, everything is subject to change. If what happens is good in your perception, that's great. But it's not permanent. What happens is not what you want. It's terrible. That too is not permanent. And when you look at it that way, you're able to go through life saying, well, it is what it is. You do what you can. You did what you could, or what you think is right at that time, move on. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize, and that's one thing my teacher taught me many years ago, is everything really is subject to change. So number 3 of the noble truth is this suffering can end. This challenge can end. However, how long that suffering continues is 100% dependent whether the observer can stay as the observer or they get sucked in, entangled, and stuck in the mud. It's just like you're in a relationship, there was an argument with your friend, your loved one, and so on, right? Some people, after the whole thing is done, whether it's settled or not, you're able to move on. Some people, they can't. Even if it's settled, like, okay, honey, I'm sorry, okay, all right. Things are done, but you have this lingering feeling. You know, you had that feeling? You have that lingering feeling, so you kind of keep replaying in your head. And guess what happened? If the other person already moved on, you keep suffering. All because of your perception. And this goes with everything else in our life. Even what our perception is, what is right and what is not, it's not right. I'll share this with you. This is part of the inner Buddhism class that I always share. There's this Zen master. We just call him Zen master because we have no clue what kind of master the guy is, but the guy's good, all right? So this is old guy, Zen master. He's walking with his disciple. And they're about to cross this river. And there's a woman there who I guess doesn't know how to swim or whatever, standing there. And the Zen master said, oh yeah, hop on my back, let's do it. So they cross to the other side of the river. The Zen master carrying the woman, and the disciple crossed over. And the one got off the guy's back. Okay, sayonara. No, wrong, whatever. Bye. Okay, done. And somewhere on their path, when the teacher and the disciple were walking, the disciple told the teacher, says, you're not supposed to touch a woman. You're not supposed to carry them. You're not supposed to, so. You're not supposed to carry that woman. The teacher looked at the student and goes, I dropped her off at the bank of the river. You're still carrying her in your mind. Get the idea? In other words, as far as the guy is concerned, okay, she needed help. I carried her, dropped her off, move on. The disciple who didn't even carry the woman because according to that particular practice, I guess, they were so separated. Men cannot touch women, etc., etc. But that disciple, in his mind, was still fixated and stuck on the notion that you're not supposed to do this, not supposed to do that. So his suffering continued, even from the riverbank, all the way to who knows how long, when the guy already dropped him off and moved on. I know some of you guys say, yeah, but but you can't just let things go. Yes, you can. That's why I remember I read this book on written by Annie Besant. Pretty sure it's in Theosophy. And people are saying, having a good memory is good. That's true. The ability to forget is also good. Because some of you say, I want to have perfect memory. Are you sure about that? Because your idea of perfect memory is you want to remember everything. But there's a bias. You think you're going to be remembering only the good stuff. No. When you have perfect memory, you get to remember everything in the minutest detail, feel it in the minutest detail. The good stuff and the not so good stuff. Why do you think people drink? Not all, but a lot of them, they drink to forget. Now, we're not condoning it, okay? I was told I can go drink. No, I'm just giving you the concept in the proper context that because people have so much pain, they want to forget. So I remember one time in meditation, my teacher said, okay, bless those who have hurt you, forgive and forget. Because if you don't forget, you're carrying that suffering with you. And noble truth number 3 is, how long the suffering continues is dependent on our ability to what? To move on. You're not able to move on. The world already moved on. You're still suffering. I know you're not going to like to hear this. It's your fault. It's your fault. Because you chose not to let go. Now, people are going to say, yeah, but you're so cold, man. It was so bad. I know. But number 1, you can't do anything about it. And number 2, you suffering, it's not going to help anybody. Are we communicating here? Some people are going to find you ice cold. Hey, you're not caring. You are caring to the extent that you understand, you sympathize, but you're not there swimming in the mud. So regardless of what happens in this political thing, this election, move on. Life goes on. Let's say because of it, it affects you positively. Yeah, great. Lord God, thank you. It affects you in a negative way. You just say, well, it happened. Let's move on. Make the most of it. Because you're crying about it and being depressed about it, not going to help anything. It's just like, and then we'll meditate. Huh? I'm here with Tony Robbins for this event this weekend, this entire week. And I remember in a conversation with him, look, his event, the UPW is like 10, 15,000 people physically. And suddenly that comes to a screeching halt. So in, March, April, all these ginormous events just stopped. Now, if you just sat there and go, oh, woe is me, I can't believe this, can't believe that. He was going down the toilet. What did he do? Retool, pivot, move on. And now his online events are larger than his physical events. And even then, here's the interesting part. People who are on the online event got to taste of it. They go, yeah, if this is wonderful, it online, I wonder how wonderful it would be to actually physically be there. So it actually turned something that was not supposed to be good, so something even better for a bigger future. It came down to one thing. The choice to move forward. Other people would have been devastated. No, he goes, pivot, retool, move forward. You're talking about millions of dollars involved. I doubt a lot of you have that issue when this thing happened of losing millions and having to turn around to make millions. Do you understand what I'm saying? How long the suffering continues is dependent on the choices we make. And of course, the last part of Four Noble Truths is how do you cure this suffering is what's called the Eightfold Path. Anyway, I'm not going to go through here, but just to kind of give you an idea, it all depends on the first one, right viewpoint. Right viewpoint means seeing what's going on clearly, careful observation, proper interpretation. And from that right viewpoint, you'll have right thoughts, how to think, you have mental clarity, right speech, right action. You put right speech, right action together, you have right livelihood. In other words, how are you going to live your life based on that viewpoint? Now, if that viewpoint is wrong, oh man, we're screwed, man. That's my party didn't win, and you live depressed. That means you'll have wrong thoughts, wrong speech, wrong actions. Of course, your life will go down the toilet. But if the first one is right, you go, well, we won or didn't win, whatever. Let's just say you didn't win. Oh, I didn't win, but hey, life goes on. It's a process. So what would be the right thing? What would be the right thoughts? Think positive thoughts, how to move this around, how to make my life better regardless of what happened. How should I talk to myself? How to talk to other people? What should my actions be? What would be my livelihood? Etc., etc. That is how you bulletproof yourself from circumstances around you. Now, if you won, let's say your party won, you say, hey, hallelujah. Rule number one, don't plant bad seeds. Don't gloat. Don't go, oh, my party won. You guys are a bunch of losers. Then what happens is, because of that choice, you generated negative karma. That means you're setting yourself up for suffering in the future. So the key is to use spiritual teachings, make it part of your life, so you bulletproof yourself from circumstances. So you can be happy or joyful regardless of outside experiences. Think about it. So when I learned from my teacher, Grandmaster Tsokok Sui, and I would encourage, again, all of you to study pranic healing or Hatha Yoga, it made me realize what spirituality really means. Spirituality is not like chanting Om, going to a quiet corner and meditating and being vegetarian or vegan, whatever. All those are the outside part of spirituality. The real part of spirituality, the essence of it, is realize you are a spiritual being having an earthly experience. And what happens externally is dependent on your remembering of who you are, where you came from, and what you do in your life. So let's meditate, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, personally to my teacher, Master Tsokok Sui, Mahaguji Meiling, all the great ones, all the spiritual teachers, thank you for your blessings, your wisdom, your help, and protection. Thank you. In full faith, so be it. All right, ready? So we'll do meditation twin hearts. We'll still bless the process. Bless the election. It's not yet over. We'll do whatever you can to bring as much spiritual energy into it and let the big guys upstairs take care of it. Okay? So take your left hand, tap your heart center. Take your right hand, tap your crown. Put your hand like this. Be aware of your heart. You know what? Let's make it more intense. Put your hand like this. One. We are one. Repeat. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotion. Not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. Be still. Allow your awareness to just drift above your crown. Say we are one. Now imagine all of us are swimming in the big bright sun as beings of light. Twin hearts, be aware of your heart. Collectively from our hearts through our hands, project beautiful pink light out of the sun and fill the earth with it. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred, let me sow love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. And where there's sadness, let me sow joy. Be aware of your heart, be aware of your entire being, and project beautiful pink light out of our hearts collectively out of the sun, and fill every person, every being on earth, especially the United States of America at this time. Let there be peace, love, forgiveness, hope and with faith, light and with joy. So be it. Just saturate the American people with peace, with love, with hope and faith, and a better tomorrow. So be it. So be it. So be it. So be it. Can you feel that energy? Just let it flow through you. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Lift the feeling up, up, up to the top of your head, to your crown. Exhale. Again, be aware of your heart. Inhale. Go to your crown. Exhale. One more time. Be aware of your heart. Inhale. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. And stay there. Collectively, from our crowns, just say, we are one. Project golden light through our hands out of the sun to the entire earth, especially focusing on the United States of America and all her people. From the heart of God, may every person, every being in the USA be blessed with loving kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. Flood every person, every being with peace, with love, with kindness. So be it. Just fill the USA with golden light and let that golden light spread to surrounding countries, the waters, and the other countries all over the world. May every person, every being in the entire world be blessed with unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and peace. So be it. So be it. So be it. Just say, our hearts are one, our crowns are one. Our souls are one, our spirits are one. There is only oneness. And just let the blessings flow through us as one gigantic pipeline, blessing the earth with golden light. So be aware of your heart and crown. Take a deep breath. Project golden light to the entire earth. Again, be aware of your heart, your crown. Take a deep breath. Project golden light. From the center of the heart of God, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with loving kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace and inner healing. From the center of the heart of God, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, let all beings in every dimension, physical and non-physical, be blessed with unconditional love and kindness. Let all be blessed with inner peace, inner healing. And now so many people need emotional healing, physical healing, and financial healing. So be it. Let all be blessed without exception. So be it, and so it is. May all be blessed. May all be blessed. Bless your family, your relatives, your friends, the people you work with. Just let the golden light just spread throughout the city you live in, the state, the country, and let it spread throughout the entire world. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Now lower your hands on your lap. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Imagine a beautiful golden flame just floating a few inches above your head. Look at that golden light. Be aware of the love within your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to your throat, up to the center of your head. Be still. Up to your crown. Past your crown, higher, and into that golden light. And stay there. Just look at that golden light. Be aware of that golden light. And listen and silently chant the mantra Om silently. Om. Om. Allow your awareness to just simply drift deeper and deeper into that golden light. Any sound, any noise you hear, will just allow you to gently, lovingly drift deeper and deeper into that golden ocean of light. Be still and let go. Now. Just let go. You're not the body, you're not the emotion, you're not the thoughts, you are the soul. A spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. That is your true nature, a spiritual being of divine light. Everything else is happening outside of you. You are the observer. That is your true nature. Be still. Recall who you are and where you came from. Let go. Gently, very slowly, come back to your body. Gently move your fingers, move your toes. Gently and slowly come back to your body now. Raise your hands again in blessing. Let's release the excess energy. First, imagine the people you love in front of you. Flood them all with golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with abundance and prosperity, and spirituality. So be it. Bless your job, your career with success, with progress, and advancement. So be it. Bless people you know who are going through difficult times. Bless them with hope and with faith in a better tomorrow. So it is. Let all be blessed without exception. So be it. Now aim your hands down. Be aware of your feet, your hands, and the base of your spine. Just project lots of golden light down into the earth and verbally repeat after me. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it, and so it is. Alright, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokoksui Mahagujumeng, thank you. In full faith, so be it. Alright, so it was a short meditation, but we cranked up the energy, add some special sauce. And before we let you go, just something occurred to me while we're doing the meditation. Some of you probably heard that lawnmower or whatever is happening outside the hotel. Some of you didn't notice it. Let me use it as a lesson. In some form of Zen meditation, what they actually do, the teacher intentionally makes noises. So what they do is this: you're meditating, and suddenly they make a noise. They clap, they do certain things. And I didn't understand what that meant, because one time or a few times my teacher was doing that. We're meditating and he would go. I'm going, what the heck? And here's the interesting part. In certain forms of Zen practice, they actually train you to harness that noise to go deeper. And that's exactly what we're talking about earlier. If you're the observer, you get to observe there's noise. You get to observe this, you get to observe that, right? When you're in meditation, same thing. It's easy to get distracted. But if you tell yourself, I'm observing this, but instead of having this distract me, I'm just going to use this as a propellant to go deeper in meditation. Now, why is that important? Because that means you control your environment, not the other way around. So when there's chaos, things are exploding, you're able to stay still. And it's interesting, many years ago, I remember when I first learned pranic healing from Master Choa, we're in a building on the second floor, right? We're doing meditation. And number one, this AC was so loud. There's a room unit. And then we're going to meditate. Bless the earth. Be still. Om. Let go. I couldn't do it. Because outside the window, there was a karaoke. And the singing was terrible. And you go, wah, wah, wah. I'm like, how the heck am I supposed to meditate? I'm so open my eyes looking at everybody's like blissing out. Like, what the heck is wrong with everyone? How could they meditate with all that crap going on? Then I realized afterwards, the problem was not the environment. The problem was me. I allowed it to affect me. Because after the meditation, Master Cho said, okay, give me a feedback. How's the meditation? People say, yeah, it was so still. I left my body. I saw waterfall of light. I saw angels. I go, I saw a squat. Nothing. I was distracted with that terrible singing. I'm going, delusional or what? Then I realized the problem was I allowed it. Listen to the key word. I allowed it to distract me from my practice. So the question is, what are you allowing to distract you from your inner peace? Taking that responsibility of who you are and be the observer and deciding what affects you is the ultimate power. And you can't get there until you first acknowledge who you are, where you came from, and the way to get there is doing your spiritual practice. Think about it. All right. Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much for allowing me to serve you. The evening meditation, 6 p.m. will happen regardless. I'll figure out a way because I think tonight the event starts, but regardless, I'll figure it out. All right. Namaste. And we will see you later tonight in about 6 hours. No, 7 hours.